people end up crying in these videos? Hi, I'm Joy Sunday, and I'll be sharing with you my starter pack ingredients, the things that make me, me. This is a foundational book. This is actually the first time I'm thumbing through it since I was maybe 12, but this is Aesop's Fables. I'm remembering reading this as a kid every night, basically. I would read books that were staples in between my new books. And so this is one of them. It's kind of a comfort book for me, which is why I feel like I'm a walking morality play. Sword in the Stone. I loved this VHS. Let me check that it's actually, yeah, okay. It's in there. This is probably my favorite Disney movie. I love the soundtrack and I love the story. It's about someone who has to have faith in themselves and, you know, kind of has the world against him and just works his way up. And I think I really relate to that. How many people end up crying in these videos? These are a bunch of coins from around the world. I love solo traveling. It's really beautiful to mark my journey throughout the years and all the places that I've ventured by myself. It's a reminder that I can always do it. This is a Six Flags receipt. Six Flags is like one of my favorite places to go. But I think it marks the first time some family members from Nigeria came to America and we went to Six Flags and we rode the King Ka. King Ka was ridiculous. You go at 168 miles per hour as it was happening to me. The sun was setting. I'm going up and I feel like I'm dying, but I'm in heaven. It was an exhilarating experience. Lord of the Rings, another rotation book. I loved reading this every summer. And I love how small the font is. You just get to spend years in a page. And all 3 books are inside here. You just read it for a month. Aragorn was my first crush, so. This is the Summer Arts Institute, which is where I turned to when I was really discouraged from acting. My teacher in the program, Nikyatu Jusu, just released her first feature film called Nanny on the same day that Wednesday premiered. And so years later, we're both still chasing our dreams, but she was responsible for me making my first ever short film that got me into so many places and got me so many more opportunities. So this, I believe, are all of the movies in one physical copy. They don't have these anymore. The Click. If anybody wants to say, what's Bianca based on? These pillars of literature. This is a letter congratulating me because I had completed a 5K. This was in my senior year of high school. I'm pretty sure the reason that I signed up for this program was because they were offering scholarships. So I literally ran for money and they ran me my money. I feel this marks how much I've always sought my own opportunities and my own abundance. I feel it can be really easy to look at someone like me with, you know, relatively quick rise and feel as if it just came out of nothing. But things like this remind me that I've always clawed my way through. This is a ticket from when I was in Brazil as a 13-year-old, which was not my first solo trip, but it was the first time I had gone out of the country aside from Nigeria, which is where my family is from. I went with this youth enrichment program that was based in Harlem called Brotherhood Sister Soul. Crazily enough, I was able to go to Brazil for a month for $300. So again, another opportunity that I just found, but really opened doors for me and, you know, got me where I am today. Brazil was the first place I ever felt like I was beautiful. I remember the 3 ladies in Bahia, in a church, who stopped me to tell me that I was beautiful, and our host translated the message for me. And I remember being incredulous because I didn't believe them. It was in the beginning of high school, so it was the first time I ever really thought about, you know, finding myself beautiful. This I got in elementary school, and I love this book so much. It's a collection of different Roald Dahl stories, poems. There's even recipes in here of just nonsense recipes, but this is also another comfort book that I would read in between new books. And that I recently have started reading to my nephews, picking out the poems because they're very sly. They're very witty and sly. I've always appreciated Dahl's humor. Letters from Abroad. Dear children, far across the sea, how good of you to write to me. I love to read the things you say when you are miles and miles away. Young people, and I think I'm right, are nicer when they're out of sight. So it's just little poems like that. A lot of them have to do with cannibalism, funnily enough. So that one was quite mild. It takes a lot of strength for me to reveal this whole badge to you. Summer Arts Institute, I made a film called Beautiful Hair, which was about a little girl who Googles beautiful hair and doesn't see herself in any of the images. That film really resonated with so many people. It got me so far that it got me into the Tribeca Film Festival. This was a badge that, says TFI filmmaker. My first badge, filmmaker badge. This is a picture of me in middle school. This was when I was first trying to, get into acting, and my dad paid for one of those scammy acting schools, and we took headshots. But this is a school picture. But I just remember this being around the time that I did that because I had these same braids and those terrible headshots. But I also was looking at this photo last night, look at me trying to have a little style, jazz it up, match my earrings to my scarf.
Baby joy.
Baby joy. Apparently there's an agenda against Twizzlers, and I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Twizzlers are my favorite snack, or one of my favorite snacks, and I'm unashamed about it. I don't care if I get canceled. Twizzlers are amazing. A couple days ago, I was in Target with my friend, and I wanted Twizzlers because I'm PMSing, and this was the only bag available. I'm gonna pretend it was 3 weeks ago so that I can say that this bag is now half empty. Apparently people just don't like Twizzlers, and then they wanna say red vines? Please. But yeah, Twizzlers are great. I just love celebrating my birthday. I'm a very ceremonious person, and so markers, milestones are just of paramount importance to me. I love a new time, a new phase, and usually around that time I become very introspective. I'm generally a very introspective person. I like to think of what I'm doing or how I am emotionally and mentally and what I'd like to change or shift. So I guess that would be the through line, but definitely thinking I need to do some sort of travel trip soon because all my friends have started doing that, and I'm like, oh, why haven't I thought of that? Well, this is gonna get me in trouble, as well as make you cry. The safest answer, but also quite an accurate answer, would be my family. We're close unlike any other family that I know. Not even that we talk every day or we're obsessed with each other, but just that we've loved each other through thick and thin. My parents have always been very supportive of me, which comes as a surprise for a lot of Nigerian folk, but they've always really championed me through all my pursuits. My siblings are my rock and my examples, my models, and their kids. I love them so much, and they make me who I am. And I think that's how a best friend works, so my family. Probably when my nephew was born. My sister is a wheelchair user. In her situation, he was quite the miracle baby. Holding him for the first time in the hospital, I had just gotten out of school that day, and I went over and I held him. I hummed him a Legend of Zelda song because I'm a dork. I like to think that he still remembers me humming it. It was just a really precious moment to hold him, and me and him are pretty close. He's a knucklehead, just like me. We almost look alike. That's a pretty happy memory for me. I hope you enjoyed that very intimate look into myself. And I want to encourage you to love every bit of your journey. It's so beautiful. And if I sat down to listen to it, I'd probably cry. So respect it with that sort of reverence and give yourself a hug. Bye.